taking the mystery out of memberships in GoFunnelBox or any white label SaaS version of Go High Level. Let's learn together. So I'm in my personal account, and you can see I don't have any website in here. Now we're going to create a membership. But before we do this, probably one of the first things we want to do is connect our domain. Well, I don't have any domains because I don't have any websites. And you can go to different places. Notice that I'm in the sites environment over here on the left, and I'm in websites. Now I could go to client portal and settings, which takes me to domain setup, branding, and app permissions. But when we're in memberships and we're going to create a product and course, if I go under courses up here and go to settings, guess what? It takes me to the same place, but it just keeps me in this environment. But when you click on it, guess what? It took me right to client portal. All right. So what I'm going to do is add a domain. The domain I have is 23toppics.com. All right. But instead of doing this here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to settings. I'm going to go to domains because guess what? It's basically the same thing, and I'm going to add a domain here. And I'm going to add it 23toppics.com. And I also want W, and it does that on purpose. Now it should create me a C name and an A name record. All right. And it did. So it's saying verify these records. So my first one is an A record, and here's the URL or IP address it wants to send me to. So I just copied it. Now I'm going to go over to Porkbun where I purchased my domain name, and I'm going to look for DNS. All right. So every site is different, but they're not bad. And it's saying, what is your host? And I'm going to leave this as an @ symbol, I think, or just blank. And I'm just going to put in this. Let's see what happens. Now I have no records down here. I'm going to hit add, and it added an A record, 23toppics.com. Now I have to go back and add a C name record, right? So you hit this drop down, look for C name. And now I have to go back here, and it's going to be www is my host, and this is going to be my answer. All right. So when I come back over to Porkbun, for my host, I'm going to put www, and for my answer, I'm going to put in the information that I copied, and I'm going to hit add. So I'm going to scroll down, and you'll see if there's no problem, which there wasn't, it added it right in. Now I'm pretty much done here for now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to go back to GoFunnelBox, and I'm going to say, let's verify the records. Sometimes it happens on the first cycle. Sometimes you have to go to the second cycle. All right, now it says link a domain or funnel. So it went right through, and I don't have a funnel or a domain that I want to add right now, so I'm just going to opt out of this, right? But notice that 23toppics is now a website or an IP address or URL that I have that's active. So we're going to go back. Now we're going to create our membership site. So we're going to go into settings, and we're going to do the same thing, domain setup. It gives me this unique identifier for the client portal entry. So I'm just going to put 23toppics because this is where I'll put my top 23. And this is important because this is the client portal. When you go into subdomain and you're going, what the heck is it? Don't worry about it. It's just your client portal. I have an example of that right here. When people sign up for your membership, they'll enter their information here. But when you want to see what the design is that you created for your custom portal, you're going to do that here, and you will need this address to see it. All right, and I'll show you how that comes up in a second. So it says enter custom domain. This is going to be courses dot 23.com. And it says custom domain, but really this is the domain, and this is a subdomain. Courses is the subdomain. Don't be confused because this says subdomain. This is for your client portal. Now I'm going to add domain, and it says right there. You can hit add record manually or continue. It's going to do the same thing because I'm dealing with port bun. It should create a CNAME record, and it did. And it's saying, hey, you have a subdomain called courses, and this is where we want to direct it to. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come back over to port bun. And now that I do have a domain listed in there, so under host, I'm going to go courses, and then I'm going to put this right here, and it should create another CNAME record that says courses. Courses.23toppicks.com. Perfect. All right. Now I can go back and verify the record. And folks, while we're waiting, you can do this 2 or 3 different ways. This is just one way. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way for you. Now, it went through, which means, hey, I'm all good here. So this is the portion of the video of connecting your domain to set up a course or a membership. Now I'm going to transfer over to another account where I'm actually working on a course. So let's get there in the second video.